Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from ICM, and this time it comes in 1/48 scale, and it's actually a combo set because we get AH-1G Cobra and also US landing mat, it's M8A1. So we reviewed these both models separately, and you can find the video reviews on the same YouTube channel which you are watching right now, but today one box brings you a special edition with the new markings, with the landing mat, and the kit number is written here, it's 48298. So the box size is rather large, so here is comparison with my hand. We have quite nice box art here, and on the side you will find also some information about the kit. So it's written here that we have the 169 parts for assembly of the helicopter and also 64 parts for assembly of the landing mat. And then if I flip over this box here, you can see 4 new marking options for this helicopter. So we will talk more about them when we will be checking the marking guide, because usually they are nicely printed in the assembly manual. So I'm cutting through the clear seals. These are used in order to hold the top cover in place, and if they are cut through, then it means somebody was opening the kit before you, and I would say it's a standard thing for ICM kits. And as I was mentioning before, the previous Cobra versions were reviewed the same style as what you're watching right now, so if you're interested you can find them easily. And I have to say that the kit itself is rather nice, and you can get it in different scales, not only in 1/48. So if you would like to get a bigger scale kit, then you are also covered by ICM offering. And finally I have the box open, so I will show in a second what we have here. So as you can see, we have assembly manual, and then we have all plastic parts packed into the same plastic bag, and the landing mat is actually packed separately because it's a separate kit. What is interesting about 1/48 scale Cobra is that it was created in cooperation with Special Hobby, so it was also released as the Special Hobby kit as well. And you will see the difference in the cover plastic even. It hints that the parts are actually molded in a Special Hobby, not in the ICM. So we are going to start with the clear frame. It is packed into the separate plastic bag, so that's why you shouldn't be worried about any damage caused to these nice parts. And as you can see, the molding is really beautiful. I don't see any possible molding damage or warping here or flash on the parts, so all of the parts were great. And all these separate sections hint that you can open the canopy, which is also a useful feature in 1/48 scale. I'm not so sure about the masks included here, so we will have to check this, but you can also get the aftermarket. I think there is plenty of aftermarket sets already available. So next we start with the gray plastic spruce. Here is the first one, it's the spruce C, and as you can see here we have a lot of small parts. I can see various armament, antennas, also some parts for the engine, and some of them are very thin, so that's why you have to be careful while working with this, because otherwise it will be really tricky to get them into the right spot. Next we have the sprue I and J. So here we have the armament for this helicopter. Obviously you don't have to use everything at once, and I think there will be a loadout scheme which will actually guide you on how you can arrange your helicopter so that it will look natural, not just like overloaded with the various items, because obviously you cannot install everything at once. There are certain limits on what is the weight which can be tolerated by this airframe. Next we continue with the towing rack, which is also a nice bonus because not that many brands are including this, and if you're depicting this helicopter in a parked position, then it's definitely a useful thing, and it's actually supplied for free, so why not to use it for a bit more convincing appearance of your helicopter. Next we have also another sprue with armament. I guess these are the rocket launchers, and as you can see they are also assembled out of separate sections. Here you can see from the opposite side, and we have some guiding elements here, so it should be easy to combine all of this together. But maybe it's worth checking the marking references so that you understand how to paint these elements. Next we continue with the parts for the fuselage finally, so I will zoom out, And here you can see the tail sections. So we have two versions. We have also raised rivets and recessed panel lines here. We also have some parts for the fuselage here. This is the dashboard here. And I guess just to show you closer, I will zoom in so that you can see it with your own eyes. We also have here the tail rotor, and also here we have some engine nozzle parts as well. If I flip over these tail parts, you will find large guiding elements, so do not worry, it should be also quite a straightforward procedure when we will be joining them together, so it's something what can be done really quickly. Next, we have another portion of the rocket launchers. Now it's a different type, so I will just zoom in again, and as you can see, it's also molded on the separated sprue. So one can guess that you will get a lot of spare parts as well, because you won't be able to use all of those, so this is also a good thing. We have the machine gun here, which is molded on the separate sprue. Again, it's molded as a one-piece part, but maybe you will have to drill out the barrels, because obviously they are just one solid piece, and they are not like this on the real thing, as you can guess. Next, we continue with large plastic sprue for the landing gear. So as you can see here, we have the two types. So with the wide supports and the thin supports. We also have the air intake here. We have the nose turret in two versions. I'm not sure which one will be used in today's build, so it will be interesting to check. Next, we have the sprue E. So this one is fully dedicated to the cockpit parts, and here I have to zoom out, and now you can see that it's a cockpit base. We have also the pilot seat, and also the second seat should be fine on the next sprue, or it was already, no, it's on the opposite side. I just don't see it from here from the top, but as you can see, these seats should be also assembled out of separate parts. We have some pre-molded details on the cockpit base, and as I was saying, there is also some aftermarket available in form of PE parts, so if you would like to get more features, you can try to go that way. And as for the last plastic sprue, it's the frame A, and that's where we have the fuselage halves. So as you can see, both are molded together with the tail, but as you remember, the tail fin was molded separately. We have also the bottom section of the fuselage here molded separately as well. This is the main rotor, by the way, also one piece, which is cool. And the external features here look really nice. We have raised rivets on the tail area, just like on the real thing. And if I flip over this parts, as you can see, we have large guiding elements even in the middle, so really clever parts division, and I think it's suitable for this size of the model. Here you can see comparison with my hand. It's a long fuselage, even though it's a 1/48 scale kit. But that's not all. As I was saying, there is also a separate plastic bag for the landing mat. So these frames are of the same type, so I will just take out only one just to show you what you're actually getting on these frames. So these are the planks for the landing mat. They will have to be combined together. There are several options on how you can combine them, and I think it can be even bigger than the helicopter area required. And as you can see, we have nice thin attachment points here, so I don't think it will be a difficult task to get them separate. But it will be a bit difficult to get a bit more realistic appearance, because you have to paint and weather them, because they were not staying clean just like out of factory. Why I'm a bit slow? Because I'm opening the decals. They are hidden in the assembly manual as usual. As you can see here, we have the mix of various symbols. We also have the decals for the cockpit here. We do not have the seatbelt decals. I wonder why ICM keeps ignoring the seatbelt decals, because this might be enough for some modelers. Nevertheless, the printing quality here looks great. We have the shark mouth here, and we have also some of the fuselage areas which can be painted with the masks by professionals, but decals should be fine as well. So here I will have to close the lenses a bit, because we have next assembly manual, which is printed in color, and here you can see also the history note, the technical specifications, and also we have the paint chart. Next we continue with the parts map. So these red areas obviously mean that these parts will stay untouched, but there are only a few of them. And assembly process starts with the cockpit here. So we also assemble the pilot seats out of several parts, as you remember. Good idea to include the seat belts. Why I'm stressing this? Because the canopy design actually shows everything inside, and that's why it would be a shame to have the plain seats. Also, ICM recommends to add the nose weight, but there is no weight specified, so you have to experiment a bit. Next, we continue here with some assembly options. So depending on the marking you choose, this is for the marking number 2, you have to use the certain fuselage panels. And also we continue with the bottom fuselage panel being installed. Next, we have also the top panels and the tail wings, and also some parts for the engine nozzle. Here we have the nose turret installed, and I can see this is the 2-gun version. And also the Gatling gun will be installed under the wing, again for the marking option number 2, by the way. Then we have also some assembly options for the number 3 and 4 for the tail area, so pay attention because all of these things are just marked by the text, so that's why you have to pay attention on which parts should be suitable for your picked marking. We also have the assembly manual suggesting on how to replicate the open canopy, which is really good. We also have here the towing rack, and then we have the masks templates. This is really cool. This is the loadout scheme so that you understand how to install the external equipment, and the first marking option is here. Then we continue with the second and third. This one comes with the shark mouth, by the way. This one has the pirate flag and it was on the box art. And here's the fourth one again with the shark mouth and even eyes. So the whole kit is quite nice combo of the landing mat for a display and also the kit, which is quite detailed, and it has good potential for further improvements, and it should be already available. You can get it in Modelimex, and of course I will be happy to hear your opinion, so do not forget to write it here in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video review. As usual, thank you for joining me today, and bye.